about your group assignment. Okay, so I'm very convinced that you guys are not meeting me. But that is still your assignment. It's still supposed to be a group assignment. Those who choose to attend more than now, do not insist that is 0%. And I'll still need my assignment to tell you everything. So that is up to you guys. So it's either 0 for the whole group or some guys choose to meet. Everybody has a group. So we can start. Yeah? let's make that clear. Examples include active reading, and SQ3R. So those are the main examples of reading for learning. So we are going to define SQ3R as we're going through the course. So the purpose of reading for learning is you need to identify key ideas, maybe for a novel or a book. You're trying to identify the main ideas that are included in that book. And another purpose includes extracting information. From a text. And another purpose of reading for learning is to process information so it makes sense. To the reader. Information in your own words. So you read for learning in order to identify the key ideas or the main points of the author. That is the first purpose. And you also read to learn in order for you to extract information from a text. So in case you're trying to figure out something from a book, you can use reading for learning. So you only extract the information that you need. And the other purpose is you process information so that it makes sense to you. information so that you can understand from your own perspective. And to also use this technique of reading to represent information in your own way. For example, you will have a presentation, you can use reading for learning in order to present that information in your own way. I hope that makes sense. So the next thing we're going to look at is strategies. Strategies for active reading. So these are the things you can use in order to read to understand the text. So the first thing is underlining. So when you're trying to read, when you're reading a book and you have noticed the key or main points, you can underline that. A very good example of underlining is what people do when reading the Bible. So they underline or highlight a particular text in order to go back to it and read it later. And another strategy for active reading is you need to listen to the text. So when listening to the text, this means that you are trying to hear what the author is saying in your head. So if you're reading a novel, you can use this. You can listen to the novel, listen to what the author is saying through your imagination. So it helps you to understand the words better if you listen to the text. So the third strategy is you need to compare the author's ideas to your own knowledge. So you need to compare the author's ideas to your knowledge. When you're reading on a particular topic or text, you try to compare what the author has said to what you know about that particular topic. So if the author is talking about marketing, you try to compare what the author is saying and your knowledge about marketing. So if you're reading the book Principles of Marketing, you are going to see if Philip Kotler is saying what you know or he's saying something different. So you compare the book to your own knowledge, to what you know. The other strategy is you need to question. You need to question, and you need to reread. And lastly, you need to summarize. When you're reading a book or when you're reading a novel, you need to put questions that the novel has to answer. So you could look at the title of the book and figure out questions that are related to that title. So you are trying to figure out the questions that book has to answer by the end of the book. And another strategy for active reading is you need to reread. If you do not understand something or if you do not remember something, you can read it again. So you can go through the text and go through it again, maybe 3 times or 4 times until you understand. And the last strategy for active reading is you need to summarize. So what we mean by this is after you're done reading, you should try to put everything you have read in your own words. So you are summarizing the text, you're summarizing the book, and the information you're trying to learn in your own words. Did that make sense? Any questions? Okay. So what do you think are the benefits of active reading? What do you think are the benefits of active reading? What do you think are the benefits of active reading? Active reading is reading to understand what you're reading.
Say again.
Benefits. Benefits. But you can also respond. You're Ben, right?
Yes.
Yes, Ben.
It helps the reader extract the main ideas from the text.
Okay, so it helps the reader to extract the main ideas from the text. Any other benefits? Clement.
Boosting your vocabulary.
Okay, so it helps to boosting your vocabulary. That's what I think.
Then,
It's Lorraine. Okay, so another benefit is it makes your reading and study time effective. So what this statement means is every time you are reading and every time you want to study, you have progress or it is effective because you're going through the text and you are understanding the meaning of the text. Or you're going through your notes and you understand what those notes are talking about. So it makes your reading and study time effective. So it also improves your concentration. So for you to understand what you are reading, you need to concentrate. If you keep practicing this, it helps you to improve your concentration and you're able to focus on things that are important. So those are the benefits of active reading. Okay, so we're going to look at SQ3R. So this is an abbreviation. It stands for Survey, Question, Read, Recite, and Recall. So it is called SQ3R. So it is survey question and 3R, SQ3R. So it is a technique that can help you to understand what you are reading. Yes?
SQL power 3 SQL power 3. Listen to 3R power 3.
Wow.
Listen to
Yeah, that would be something different. It is a technique that helps the reader understand the text. So in order for you to understand your notes or in order for you to understand what you are reading, you need to use SQ3R. So the first thing that you need to do is survey. So what you do by survey is you are going through the main ideas of the text in order to understand what that book is about. So if you're looking at chapter 1 of a particular book, you go through all the main points. So you go through the title and the subheading. So you can understand what that book is about by going through the title and the subheading. So the subheadings, they help support the title. So what you do is you're just going through the book without actually reading it by reading the title and the subheading. So it helps you understand the main ideas. That is survey. After you have gone through the title and the subheadings, you need to question. So that is part B. So question is the process where you as a reader, you write down questions that those title and subheadings need to answer. So you come up with questions that the book needs to answer. So that is question. You come up with questions. You come up with questions that need to be answered by the end of the time you are reading. You come up with questions that, yeah? Okay. Can you see now? Okay, so question, I say it is you coming up with questions that the book or not or text needs to answer. So you look at the title and you figure out the questions that that title needs to answer. That is question. So the third part is you need to read. So that is you going through the text. So when you read, you need to go back to your questions and try to answer them when you are reading. So you read and try to answer the questions. You try to make meaning of the text. When you read, you need to read carefully, line by line, so you can understand the things properly. So you need to read line by line. So the other part is you need to recite. So this is the time when you stop reading and try to go back to your questions. So you're trying to answer your questions before you actually go through the whole text. So you go through your questions and recite and see if the text is responding to your questions. And the last part is you need to recall or to review. So this means that you're going through the text again if you did not understand the meaning of the text. are the barriers to effective reading? Things that can distract you from actually understanding a text. Any ideas? Language?
Diction, yeah.
Yes? Diction. What is diction? Okay, so any other barrier? I don't know what diction is, but what is
Okay, when you always writing a text, that's what the number we considering that I'm going to read that. So if the vocabulary is not being chosen well, then we have a barrier as well.
So the dictionary.
I said diction.
Madam, don't write it.
any other barrier? Any other barrier to effective reading? Happy. Is happy around? Where is he? Guys, look. The name happy belongs to who? Yeah, happy. Any other barrier to effective reading?
Madam, is it not that one thing? Those are the members.
Understanding a word is...
Those are the other language. Can I name the language?
Yeah, you are thinking.
I think fiction
Okay, so language could be in form of Chewa and other languages, Chewa in English. Inability to understand a word, you could understand the whole sentence, but one word could confuse you. So the moment you can't link that sentence to that word, you cannot understand that part. Yeah? This is, that's so straightforward, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, so inability to make a link between so there are some times when the first sentence makes sense, but the other sentence doesn't. So the moment you can't link the first and the other sentence, it leads to a barrier to effective reading. And the last one is lack of concentration.
Madam.
Yeah?
Madam, what have you dictionary?
Okay, let's look up the meaning of dictionary.
That's a spelling addiction.
Dictation.
When I just see what?
Okay, so that was about reading skills. We started it last week, and now we are going to look at note-taking skills. Wow. What is the meaning of note-taking? Yeah.
It is the process of summarizing a text.
It is the process of summarizing a text. Any other additions? Anyone who can answer that? Moana had it. Last one is the same or Edward? Edward. Is any Edward here? Both of them are not here. Okay, so this, apart from what she says, you're summarizing a text, you can also summarize what somebody is saying, a speech or something. So it is the process, note-taking is the process of summarizing and keeping a written record of a lecture. So you write down things that may not be available in your notes or in a textbook. So that is note-taking. You're writing down a summary of what you're learning in class. If I'm not writing here on the board, some could be making short notes from what I'm saying. That is called note-taking. So note-taking involves 3 stages. So the first stage is done before class. The second stage is done in class. And the third stage is done after. So for the second stage, it is called taking notes. So this is called taking notes. And the third is note making. So it involves three stages. The first is called getting ready to take notes. to take notes? Or what do you do before class? Yeah?
Gathering necessary materials used.
Like what?
Notebook.
Okay, so you need to gather writing materials. So bring extra if you can. If you have one pen, you can bring two. And the other thing is you need to read the course outline and also read the course outline to predict the lecture. You also need to sit in front and center. Those who are sitting at the back are not ready. But anyway, be open-minded. But yeah, at the back there is noise. Okay? For example, now to start like this. Because you guys at the back is distracted. Because of the friends.
But then the father will.
Okay, so the second stage is take notes. So when you're ready to take notes, you need to listen to the introduction, conclusion, and also summary. So when you are listening to the introduction, the conclusion, and the summary, you can hear the main points of what the talker is going to say or what the speaker is going to say. So you should also look out for signal words. Like, for example, or firstly, that's how you can know this is the first point or the second point. All those things that point you towards a main idea or an example. So look out for signal words, and you should also look out for signal words that provide emphasis. Like, you should say something like, this is important, or take note of something. So those are signal words. That means that thing is so important, maybe it could come in your exam. You should also understand and copy the things that are being written on the board or the things you can see while using the projector. So you can copy the notes written on board. They could be important, or maybe they are important. So you need to take down sketches and also examples when you're in class. You can also use shorthand, like summarize your words, make them short. You can use this for greater than. This for and. Anything that makes it possible for you to write all the important words in a short